Hello everybody, this is Bugsy here. I thought I'd do a quick little, well, maybe not a quick little video. You know how this is gonna go, kids. This is kind of not a rant video. It sort of is, sort of isn't. And I want to just talk about this for a minute. So, like, when people were tripping about, like, when they were down in the Batman trailer for Telltale Games, some dude suggested a Doctor Who adventure for freaking, a Doctor Who adventure for Telltale Games. I'm like, yeah, that sounds pretty cool. And, like, these guys are like, nah, no, nah. And then one dude was like, Doctor Who is cancer. I'm like, motherfucker. See, again, he's probably one of those people that watched it for a minute, just couldn't get into it, and just was like, Doctor Who is cancer because of the fans. And I really hate that mentality because, again, people, if you don't like something, cool, but don't blame it on the fucking fans. The real reason why you don't like something. If you don't like it, just don't like it. It's not cancer. It's not horrible. Doctor Who is actually pretty good if you give it a chance. Like I'm not trying to convert anybody to be a Whovian and all that shit, but I'm telling you, it's not horrible. It's freaking good. Once you get into it, once you pick a favorite doctor, I have several, but it's good. And this one person that suggested it was like, how about how about for this we get a new doctor, but only for this one, or maybe we can have a story with the previous doctor or David Tennant or Matt Smith's doctor. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, still yeah. I mean, you guys can see me as some sort of freaking Hoovian nutcase. I don't really give two flying goddamn fucks in space, whatever it is you guys are tripping about, like Batman being a Telltale game, while you guys should have been getting Walking Dead. Like I really give two shits about what you guys think because you're just tripping that Walking Dead is not out for you guys to just get. Boo frickety who, guys! We had freaking us 7 Max fans have us 7 Max fans want another season of 7 Max, but that ain't happening. Fuck, you guys can wait. At least you guys know your series is coming. Us freaking Telltale Games fans that wanted the 7 Max game, we don't even know if we're ever gonna get it ever again. To be quite honest. But be little dick bags, be little dick bags. That's totally cool. Be little dick bags. Um, what else? What else? And I'm like, that would actually be cool. Whether you guys hate or love whether you hate Doctor Who for whatever reason, it's a popular show and it's not going anywhere, folks. And I'm not telling you join us. I'm just saying give it a fucking chance if it's because of the fandom. Oh, the fandom. Oh, fandoms overhype stuff. Fandoms look at stuff. Fandoms show do this and do that, and it turns me off from actually watching a show. Dude, is it just because you're trying to It's some of you just going like, I don't want to be a conformist, so I'm not gonna go ahead and freaking try and watch Doctor Who. I'm not gonna try and play freaking Undertale. I'm not gonna do this and that just because a whole bunch of people are doing it. That's what I feel with some of you guys. You all, some of you that I've actually talked to, you guys act like we're like, like some of us that are in certain fandoms are trying to force you to like something. No, I'm just saying, dudes, give it a chance for 5 minutes. No one's saying play Undertale, motherfucker. Watch Doctor Who, motherfucker. Freaking look at Steven Universe of Gravity Falls, motherfucker. I'm not gonna trip out about freaking A lot of people want me to talk about Ben T. Looney and how he doesn't like Steven Universe. Guys, the man can have a difference of opinion. I I'm not gonna freaking I'm not gonna freaking attack Ben just because he wants to not review Steven Universe. For a lot of people, it takes a while for it to get. For a lot of people, it takes a while to get better. Better. Some people don't want to sit. Some people just don't want to. Some people just don't get why other people like it. I mean, I feel like Ben understands why we like it. It's just he doesn't get into it, and that's cool. That's cool. It's fine. Doesn't mean he might change his mind. People change their minds all the time. But you guys can't have me. I mean, you guys can't have me literally attack freaking Ben just because you want me to. There actually has to be some sort of a reason. Something that actually warrants me to rant. Okay, guys? I want to tell you that because a lot of you keep asking me to do it, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it. Guys, I just want to say, I'm not going to attack Ben for. I'm not going to tackle Ben T. Looney for everything that he's doing because that's just fucking wrong. Just because you guys. I mean, he has to do something a little bit more worse than just saying he doesn't like Steven Universe. He has to openly attack you guys for actually liking it. That's the only way it warrants me to actually come to your defense. I can't just be like, "Oh Ben, you hate Steven Universe." I can't do that. I can't. Ben has his opinions, guys. We all have our opinions. He just don't like Steven Universe. He tried it. He tried it a few times. He tried it like 2 times. You know, most people would keep going. Doug Walker kept going. I kept going because I even gave this series kind of a brush off, and then I actually started watching it. And I was like, oh my god, this is freaking awesome. You know, so and that's why I did this. And when I got into it mid Steven Bomb, so yeah. And then I watched all the other episodes, and boom, I just enjoyed it. Same with Gravity Falls. I gave it a little brush off, then I actually started watching it, and I was like, oh, I like this. But other people are not like me, or like a lot of other, like Doug Walker, or a lot of other people that want to give these shows a chance. Some people just don't have it in them, and that's perfectly okay. And it kind of ties back to what I have to say about like Doctor Who. If you guys don't like it, it's cool. But guys, don't call it cancer just because of a whole. I mean, don't call it cancer just because you don't like it. Calling something cancer is just like fucked up on so many levels, and I just really think it's kind of fucked up that you would call this show cancer. But let me tell you, let me explain why I like this show. Let me explain. It's basically because of the Doctor. I mean, I love the companions when they're not fucking stupid. Like, I'm sorry, guys. Clara was dumb for me. She was dumb. I mean, when the Doctor freaking regenerated, she just kind of went down this steady decline in the freaking characters I freaking despise. Just, she was up there with Naru at one point. I mean, the other companions had their moments where they kind of didn't trust the Doctor, but it never persisted that much. I, you know, they trusted the Doctor. Boom, it was all good. But freaking Claire's stupid self, I'm gonna take this freaking curse, so the Doctor will have a way to reverse it. And yes, Claire was getting more and more reckless and shit because of the Doctor, and I get that. But I really just kind of hated her because like she was a good character at first, guys, and she got worse. You know, every character gets worse for a minute and then they get better. I mean, Rose is a complete turnaround because she was the first companion I saw, and you know, for a minute I was like, oh, she's gonna be the person that always gets kidnapped. But after a while, you know, she had a kind of groove with David Tennant, and it just worked. She wasn't a despised character. You know, it's because the Doctor can go to these just anywhere in time and space. He can go to a different planet. He can go. He can go in the 1800s. He could go to Victorian England. He could freaking go to prehistoric times if he ever felt like it. He could do all this. He can go and do all these different stuff. You know, he can like regenerate, which makes the show even fresher, and you know changes the Doctor's personality, which I really enjoy because it's really a way to keep the show fresh and not predictable. Like, you know, David Tennant, he was fun. He was doing things, and you know, Matt Smith's Doctor 11, he was energetic. He was fun. He was bouncy. You know, he liked, but he knew when to get serious, and and we got, you know, Christopher Eccleston's Doctor, which is the 12th Doctor or 13th Doctor, whichever you really feel comfortable with, if you count a certain regeneration. But honestly, you know, and let's get to Peter Capaldi's Doctor. He was cold. He's kinda mean. But after a while, you know, he kind of just mellowed out, and you know, like I like him because you know he's sort of that he's like a grumpy he's like a grumpy uncle, basically. And you know, and through the course of his like run, you see him he's kind of like the first Doctor. He kind of just, you know, he starts off mean, grumpy, and angry, but slowly he starts to get a little bit more compassion. And that's the thing. The Doctor mostly always is a good guy. Yeah, he may act like a douche sometimes, but you know, you really get that he's old and he has seen some shit. He has been through hell. He has been through heaven. He has been through a whole bunch of stuff. You know, and you just kind of get into it because it's actually pretty awesome to see what the Doctor will do next. And if you're a long time standing fan and a certain companion or character reappears, you're like, oh my god, I haven't seen you since this season. You know, that's how I felt when I saw River in the new like Christmas special that they did. I was like, oh, it's River. Oh, it's River. I like River. I like River because you know her and the Doctor have a good dynamic, and I wish she became a companion. But you know, she's time walked. I want to know what's gonna happen this year for the Doctor actually, but you know, time will tell. You know, a lot of people really do love the Doctor, and I'm sorry if some of you guys like get kind of turned off by people like, you know, dressing up as the TARDIS or dressing up as the Doctor, having sonic screwdrivers or quoting the show, or it's everywhere on Tumblr, so you're just like angry about it. But guys, you need to understand that you know you can't just dictate how you like a show. You can't just dictate hating a show because of the fans. If I did that, I wouldn't even be watching Steven Universe anymore. And trust me, I certain Steven Universe fans I don't like. The people who messed with freaking that one chick Zemi that just drew Rose skinny, and then a whole bunch of fans like jumped on her. I hate those fans. I hate those people that just took it upon themselves to fuck with this chick, to fuck with this girl, and it just got on my nerves. You know, they just literally just took it upon themselves to just go, "Hey, you drew Rose like this. Go kill yourself." Yeah, she's trans. She's like transphobic and shit. And I'm like, only you Tumblr idiots can think. Only idiots on Tumblr that want to suckle on Anita Sarkeesian's left boob would say that shit. Like seriously, I really do think they'd be making these words. I mean, now they don't make these words up, but I feel like they just pulled that term out of their asses just to like get something to hate this chick. And it's happened to a lot of other people, like the Naruto fan base. Freaking the Naruto fan base's stupid self. Were like, a lot of people were like, I don't, you know, she said this one thing like Naruto wouldn't have went with Sasuke because Naruto is not a yaoi a yaoi manga, and like everybody got up in arms about that, and I wanted to say you fucks, it isn't a yaoi manga, so it's not like Naruto's gonna be like, come here Sasuke, I'm gonna freaking I'm gonna show you my Sharingan in my pants. You guys, it's just like, yeah, there are certain parts of there's certain parts of different fandoms I hate. I ain't even gonna lie. I mean, the Sonic fandom, we got our crazy motherfuckers that, now, fans outside looking in, people outside looking in will never, like, really take us Sonic fans seriously because we got these crazy ass motherfuckers roaming around giving us a bad reputation. We got our Chris Chans or Paul Amy's. We got our Richard Kutas, which one person on DA like confused me for, and I was like, okay, like this is back when I was like still like role playing and stuff, and it was a Daffy Duck role play account, and he was like, "Not whole resident." Is that you, A Not Whole Resident? I was like, who is A Not Whole Resident? And then I looked it up. I was like, you thought I was that guy. You thought I was that guy. I was like, no, it pisses me off. And that pisses me off because, like, what? No one can like Sadie M other than Richard Kuda? Hey, at least if I was him and I had fetishes, I'd keep that shit to myself. I wouldn't let the internet see it just because I wouldn't let the internet see it just because I'm fucking sick. I'd be like, fuck, I'm keeping this shit to myself. But, it just really irked me on that note because it's like, what? We can't like Sadie M stuff without being freaking Richard, without being freaking noticed as Richard Kuda? A dude that once, I think, paid for a life-size Sally doll that he's probably going to repurpose as his fuck toy. Motherfucker got a diaper fetish, and how I know that because he actually like posted it to people, and there's like late night My Little Pony things. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? I'm just saying, if you like fetish crap, go somewhere. Go somewhere that isn't YouTube. Go somewhere that isn't like a site that does regular things. Go to a porn site. Go there. There are people there you can talk to. But a lot of people like bronies like to think that we want to stick our freaking schlongs and like head tugs and shit, but we don't. It's like the bronies. Like there are cloppers, dudes, and not even like I'm not a clopper, and if I was, I would. If I ever was, I'd keep that shit to myself. You know, but not like all bronies want to stick their freaking schlongs into ponies, like actual fucking ponies. You know, but you guys want, but you know, just like again, there's a lot of fandoms that are kind of douchey and kind of assholish, but I don't really think they're cancer. You know, there's like I say, like I always say, there's good in certain fandoms. Don't listen to these freaking. Don't listen to people like the Lucy Artist and Blackbuster Critic. Yes, they talk about. Yes, Blackbuster Critic has talked about Paul and Amy, and he is a fucked up person. I don't agree with what that motherfucker did. I don't. But I'm not gonna freaking forsake the Sonic fandom just because one motherfucker just had to go do what he did. You know? You know? And basically, I'm not gonna be like him. I'm not gonna be like him and all the other freaking people that want to put the Sonic fandom down just because they don't. Because OC characters are disturbing, motherfucker. Like I don't care who you are. I don't care what gender you are. I don't care what age you were. You made some sort of an OC. Okay, all kids did. Okay. So stop fucking playing like you didn't. It don't even have to be Sonic. It could have been It could have been like a superhero sidekick character like Superman or Green Lantern or any other character in fiction. You did some sort of character, or you imagined yourself with said character. So excuse me. Excuse me if I'm a little. Excuse me if I say to you, like, if you hate on OCs and recolors, to shut the fuck up. God dang. You know, and in Trailer Drake, like, honestly, man, I like that dude, but sometimes I want to punch that motherfucker in the throat. Like honestly, like sometimes I'd be kidding, like with some of his unpopular trailers, like I'll punch you in the throat. But sometimes, like when he be talking about, like, I mean, the whole don't let fandoms ruin your experience. That came from that, you know, I got inspired to do that because freaking Trailer Drake's stupid fucking self. I don't want to get into the show because the fandom is toxic. Watch the fucking show without the fandom. When was that even an issue? When was that even an option? God dang, I hate how finicky certain people are, you know what I mean? If you're not gonna watch the show, don't make fucking excuses saying that the fandom's toxic. You can watch something without the fandom being present. It's not like they're gonna sit. It's not like they're gonna sit there like, "Hey, How do you like the episode?" Oh, it's not like they're gonna attack you in broad daylight when you watch the show while they're freaking wearing masks, while they're wearing masks and going whoopity 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 whoop. God dang, you know, that's the shit that gets me angry because everybody wants to blame, and it ties back to my point. Everybody wants to blame, like, everyone wants to blame everything else on the fandom. Like this game's overhyped. I'm not playing it because of the fandom. These guys are freaking being jerks. I'm not gonna watch this show because of the fandom. See, peeps, I'm not gonna let a few freaking idiot. I'm not gonna let a whole bunch of idiots in one fandom, like probably a handful of idiots, stop me from watching what I want to watch. You guys can go ahead and do that. I'm not telling you. I'm telling you, you guys should just try and give it a chance. But if you don't, it's no skin off my nose. You know what I mean? It's no fucking skin off my nose. That's on you. You missing out. But that's the whole reason. That's the whole reason I just get angry at certain fans because they want. That's why I get angry at certain people that diss on that freaking say like I'm not gonna play this because it's overhyped. I'm like, you feel like a rebel, motherfucker? Do you feel like a rebel? Do you feel like a rebel? Do you feel like just because everybody else is playing it, you shouldn't play it? You may actually like it, but oh, if someone overhypes it, I'm not gonna play something. You can make your own experience by playing or watching something. You don't have to share the other person's experience. Just saying. I'm done, guys. I'm gonna do Saturday. I'm gonna do Saturday afternoon this Saturday. Hopefully, if nothing goes wrong, I really hope I can get that done. And a certain surprise is coming to you guys a little bit later. I'll talk to you guys soon. And Saturday and mock off redo is gonna be done. It's gonna be worked on today. So yeah, I'll see you guys later.